Hi friends, today I will show you how I use cross-stitch Saga application for stitching. I'm just a user of this application. I use it probably for 3 years, so I can show what I do in this application, how I use it, and my opinion about some pros and cons. It's just like I don't have any relation to a developer. It's just my experience. So let's get started. I will show what I know about this one. So first of all, it's version 4.9.2. You can have it lower or higher. It depends on. It works on Android. It might be a little bit low version, and they update it quite regularly on Apple devices. They have languages in English and Russian, but usually you don't have, it's not like too many words, so if you don't know these languages as good, it should be fine as well. Dark mode I don't usually use, but we can see how it works. Nice, I don't like dark modes. Covers arrangements. Oh, nice, we can see whatever I have, everything. What I already started or was about to start. Actually, I don't keep all my patterns in this application, just whatever I almost started. About notification sound, I don't know, I don't use it. Pattern formats, oh, they actually changed a lot. Oh, this one is very interesting actually. What this application works with. It's usually I have all my patterns in XSD or in Saga format, and it's the easiest way is to buy it. When you buy a pattern, you just can ask the seller if they provide this format. I don't have any patterns in PDF, so for me it's not a problem, but it doesn't work with PDF, so there should I know about at least one workaround how you can convert PDF for Saga readable format. It's application called Paradise. It's a free version and it's a pro version. I don't know about the cost for pro version, but I didn't use it at all. Just I've heard that it works to convert from PDF to Saga format, and it will work. Yeah, but usually I buy already in XSD and it works in my application. Tools info, let's see what it means. I have no idea what it means, so let's go back if I can do that. OMG. So there's like tools info, video tutorials, everything I don't use, so you may probably can check it out by yourself. But before we start, actually let's try to add new patterns. First of all, usually I have all of them in my emails, so let's check actually what we have in patterns. So let's open this one, Castle in the Sky. I believe it should be a good one to check. So it's like a main window, so we can move our patterns. Sometimes I use it. For example, this one, I have two of them, and you can see that they're similar, right? So sometimes I move them like this one to have kind of arrangement, but it's just like nice feature, nothing else. At least in my opinion, I don't have as many patterns actually in the application started, so probably at least I believe I don't have as many. Yeah, maybe in 1 year I will have 20 of them. Yeah, let's count. Yeah, 20 as far as I have right now. 21? No? Okay, anyway, doesn't matter. Let's talk about what we have actually in this option. So export Saga pattern. That means if you would like to save this pattern as a backup or something like that, in such case you can select this one, and it works like, let's give it a name. Okay, and it suggests to select default palette. It's DMC one, and it's hide the palette. It shows it offers several options how you can save this file. Usually I use Dropbox, so I can navigate between my different devices and open on another device, for example on mobile and something like that. Save to Dropbox, and it's suggesting whatever you have. Dropbox is free of charge for small amount of data. For cross-stitch Saga it works perfectly well. Anyway, save. And it says it's done. What else it says? Pattern plus progress. Usually I don't use this option, but what I use as often is about save stitch in progress. For example, in my case I have 62% done. I would like to save this stitch in progress on Dropbox. So it's good idea to save this progress from time to time. So if something happens to device or application went to update or something like that, you don't lose your progress. And if something happened to my progress or I decided to roll back, I can add stitch in progress from whatever I already saved. So in such cases I have several options and I can select whatever I would like to go back. Actually it's the same pattern. I just usually call it dragons just because this castle has lots of dragons around. That's why. So it's the same name actually. It's the same pattern. Pattern transform, it's very useful as well. Just it's rotation for your pattern. In my case, when I stitch on a frame, and it could be a big frame, sometimes I rotate the frame and at the same time I rotate the pattern. And in such case I can rotate by 180 degree, and it will be like on the same what I have on my frame, so it's easier to stitch. It will be closer to my hands. And what else? And for example, if I have, let's rotate back. For example, what I have, something like this one. Let me show how it looks like. So you can see that it's like a really big one. If I would stitch it on original rotation, it's 150 meters. So in such case, if I rotate one by 90 degrees, it will be much easier to stitch. It will not be as big. Let me show you how it looks like right now. So I can stitch from this area, go up, and it will be much smaller, and probably it will fit to my frame. So let's go back to this one. Assign tag. I don't know what it means. I don't use it. It's something new which I didn't try yet. Mark with a star. Probably if we have too many patterns, I can rename pattern. Yeah, something like this one. Let's call it properly Castle in the Sky. Usually it's already has correct name, but probably I would rename it to Dragons one day. Doesn't matter. Move to album. I saw that it's different albums already, but I don't have as many patterns. Probably if I would stitch small projects it would be useful. And export pattern thumbnail. If you would like to share with a friend what you stitch, it's like a really nice picture of what you are stitching, and you can save as an image. Let's see how it looks like. Actually, I didn't try it for a very long time. Oh, very nice, I would say. I like it. Yeah, almost like a picture on the wall. Whatever. Delete button. We will not press it to check. Actually, let's do it. Yeah, it's asking me if I would like to do it. Actually, no, I don't. Anyway, let's open it. To open it, you just need to press on it. So let's go from the very top. What I have? Back button. We don't need it. If you press on any of this one or anything like this, it will open drop down menu for all colors. Let me remove this one just to show you what we have at the moment. So it will show you everything what you have. What we have as an option here. At first we have cross stitches. Let me find another pattern which I stitch from time to time. Yeah, just this one. Just an example. In such case you will see half stitch, quarter stitch, cross stitch, and somewhere back stitch, and French knot. Oh god, that's a lot to stitch. So I can select back stitch and it will show me back stitch. I can select French knot and it will show me French knots. So if you stitch such kind of patterns, it will be very useful for you. So it will show half stitches, and in some cases like this one, it will show you the same color for half stitch and cross stitch, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't stitch this project for a while actually. Yeah, actually this one is full stitch and this one is half stitch, so somehow it works, but will not explain it more just because I don't use it as often. So let's come back to our full coverage design where I have only cross stitches. What I have here, I have option to change something. What I have, oh, this one changes color, so you saw that if I press cancel, it saves back. Oh yeah, it's blue, but I can change it to probably to red or whatever. So in some cases, if you would like to change color, it should work. This changes symbol, so for me it doesn't matter actually. Color. Let's move it back. Sometimes it's really useful. What else? Oh, in this option you can change how many threads you use. For example, in such case, if I use 12 threads of darker color, it will change all the picture for you and you will see how your design changes. Not sure if it will change a lot in my particular example, but sometimes it might be very useful. Let's come back. Yeah, sorry, I'm not so good in explaining anything, so hopefully it will be somehow useful for you. Anyway, let's come back to these colors. If I would like to stitch color, I can select like this one. If I select, for example, if I decide to go with this one, let's have a look on this bar. Usually it's I use it all the time. So for this one, you can select how you would like to arrange this drop down. It's from max to min in my cases, so it's from here is the maximum number of color number of dots to the lowest one. So you can see that some of them I already stitched, and here 1 1 1. Oh, that's nice. If I stitch them, I will not have them on my organizer anymore. This from min to max, so it depends how you prefer to stitch. Usually I use it all the time, just because in some cases I stitch by number, and it's really useful to go if you have organizer that contains lots of palettes, so you have to scroll through your organizer. So in such case it's easier to go by number, but in some cases I prefer to stitch from min to max, and in such cases it's much easier. Let me show you. For example, we will come back to this bar a little bit later, but let's assume that I stitch on in this area. I will turn on, this view is for all colors. I will turn on my color, just one color, and we'll go from min to max, and it will show me one dot in this area. And if I stitch it, I will say that I stitch it, and it will go from 1 to I will show me how many I would like to all colors here. Yeah, I had to prepare you that I am such a wrong person to teach to anything. Here we have this orchid. If you somewhere there selected color like this one, I would like to stitch this one, I can click on it and it will changes. Turn on, and I think that no, I don't want to stitch it. In such case I can go to the bottom, to the top, and it will go right to the max or min number of to the color which has max or min numbers of dots in this area. What's this one? It's it will go automatically to the next color, whatever you select. So for example, I had min stitches left. So if I select this one and I stitch this one, automatically it should go to the next one. Oh, I unselected it. So in such case I stitch it and it will go to the minimum stitches left. It's 4, right? If I select max, next time it will go to the maximum. It's on the top. It's one of my favorite types of stitching approaches to stitch, just because for me it's much easier to navigate on canvas if I see the grid, and in such case it's much easier for me to go like this one, and last color I usually leave for the last stitches, so I don't need to look on the pattern. And last one, it will go by number, so in such case it's easier to have both of them selected together. So if I selected this one, I stitched it, it will go to the next number. And if I think that this one I don't want to stitch, this one I would stitch, it will go to the next one again. So see that I left it to the end and it missed it, skipped it. So this one that's it from my end, from this one, from this tab. Let's go to this one. its isolation intensity. So you can see that even if you turned on this color, you can see what you have left. I prefer something like in the middle. I still have some understanding what is going around, but it's not too intense, so it's easy to see. This one just like about a bar, where it goes on the top, on the bottom, on the right. For me, on the right is good. Oh, okay, just let me explain this one a little bit, and we will go to this bar. Sorry. About this one, if you click on the plus sign and keep it pressed, you can move it like this one, and it will go up and down. It depends on where you would like to move it. Something like this one. If I would like to move it here, I can do it like this one. About this key lock. If I have it locked, I can move my pattern with one finger. If I have it unlocked, I can select whatever I stitched with the same finger. If I press this pencil, I can do opposite way. So sometimes if I made a mistake or whatever, in such case I can color it back. Theirs is like come back. If I selected something wrong, I just need to roll back everything what I did. And this one very useful as well. This one just to mark all stitches in the area as stitched. I usually use it very often. It's it's very convenient. I don't need to do it every time manually, something like this one. Yeah, see that it's like takes too much time to make it by finger, but if I press just once, it's already selected, and it's pink. Pink in my case means that it's already stitched. So let's see what this bar shows. First of all, we can see how this picture looks like in stitches. And what I like about this one, if you can see, in some cases it even shows blends, so it can show you that it's like on real canvas how it will look like if you have blends. It's really will show you two different colors of the threads. And I don't know who uses it, but if you have color selected, it will show where this color is actually located on high level on the big view. Next one, it will show you all the unstitched colors around as a white one, and in such case, if you stitch it, it will color it in color it. Let's come back to this one. Just I got used to it. Next one, it will show you this option. If you don't have glasses on this face, it will show you stitched ones as a white one and not stitched as an actual picture, colors of actual picture. But what I like the most about this one, you can select, if you press have a long press, you can change intensity as well, turn it on, off, and you can change colors, whatever you like more. Long press, yeah, but I got used to this pink one, so I'll move back, hopefully. Yeah, something like that. And what I like, yeah, it's just like easier to catch what already stitched on the canvas and compare it to the pattern. Next one is about this area. So usually we have like very big project if it's full coverage design. In my case, it's like almost 1000 stitches on one dimension. So in such case, it's much easier to have it like area where I stitch, and this one will work on only for this area. What is good about this one? We can change the size. If you press on the number and move it there and back, it can be whatever you like. If you would like to stitch 10 by 10, oh, and I forgot to say that if you do it 2 fingers, you will make it bigger or smaller, whatever you like, and 3 fingers you will move this area. So in my case, I would like to have 10 by 10 and make it bigger, and you can stitch in this area. Done, done, done. Okay, let's move it, let's make it a little bit bigger, and I would like to stitch a circle. Let's assume I stitch on hoops, and they have a little bit kind of not very useful to stitch in corners. Just hoops do not have corners, I've heard, but not every hoop. Oh, and now I have almost like a circle. It might be useful for very small designs, or if you don't stitch on frame. What else? Oh, and this one, just move it around without 3 fingers, just with like 1 finger you can catch it and move it. So if just to show, if I turn on all the colors in the area and stitch it, it will select all the areas. So in such case, I selected everything, I stitched everything, and will move my area to the next one. Okay. What's else about this tab? If I click on second time, it will not move. Even with 3 fingers, there's no option to move. It will lock to the area. So what I need to do, to click on, to press on it again, it will be removed, and again it will come back, this one which will be moved. What else we have about this one? We can change color. We can make it like for let me find the right word to move it around. Oh, this one. With this one, I can make not a straight lines. So sometimes when you stitch in the area and do not go around the around stitches, for example this one, if you just like will stitch with sharp edges, in such case it might be visible on canvas, right? And in this application allows you to stitch like this one, and it can be like bigger, smaller, plus 20. So it depends whatever you select. Oh, I selected the wrong one. Move it there, move it back, and in such case, for example, let's see this one, it will make this option, and it will not mark them as stitched, just because this area will be like with this no, I don't know this word. Sorry, my English sometimes loses me. Oh, I lose my English. Anyway, oh, this one is lock. Let's move back. What else? This one. I have no idea what it means. Probably it will change. Yeah, it just changes color. Why I have it apricot. Usually I have it blue. Yeah, something like that. And this one can be a very dark option around, so you don't worry about anything around. If you would like to have straight lines, in such case it's perfect. You even don't see it at all. And this one will still have this area, but you will not see like big difference between area which is in which you stitch and round stitches. Hopefully you will understand at least a little bit of it. Okay, anyway, we will come back to this square. Next one, very useful, I believe. This one, it's like I don't know this word in English, so sorry guys, but it's like add extra area which you can make with your finger. So for example, I would like to stitch this additional connected stitches, and I will make will them add to this my area and remove them. So let's show me what I can do. Yeah, I stitched this once, selected, and it will be selected. It's stitched already, and we'll remove. Oh, and it's interesting, if I made this one, I can move them together. But if I have only this one, I can't move it. I don't know if I can press it. I have a long press for it. No, it doesn't work. Okay, let's assume it doesn't work. And this one is about your progress and how many stitches you have. So it's 400,000 cross stitches in total. I already stitched almost 300. So I have left to stitch 170,000, and it's 33% done. Inside the area, yeah, we have, oh yeah, inside the area, in some cases I can make this one and think that like I would like to stitch this 800 stitches, but I have already something stitched. I can check how many I have left. So full area is 800, and I already stitched 179, and I have 621 left. What about this one? For every day it counts how many I stitched and show me, so I can have a total for whatever I selected. Check when I started it long time ago, just because I have so many projects, great projects. Yeah, I like the variety of colors, that's why. So many of them. Yeah, but in some cases you can see that I stitched only 72 stitches in a day, so it will show how many cross stitches. And what about marathon? Marathon, it's about this one. So for example, you decided I would like to stitch for 3 days and check how many I stitched for these 3 days. You can start new sprint, call it somehow. Sorry. Test it. Okay. Yeah, I would like to stop all others, and it will show you start. And if I stitch it, something like this one, it will show you that I stitched 124 cross stitches in a minute, and it will show my speed when I started it and how many I stitched. I remember that I saw something like here. Oh yeah, and for this one, for the statistic, 1 second, come back. Here I have usual calendar, right? My usual day starts at night. I go to sleep at 10 p.m. But for some people who can stitch very late at night, they can move this a long press and add extra couple hours to the day. So if I go to sleep at 2 a.m. I can add couple hours there, and it will calculate all the stitches for my actual day. And I can delete all the statistics. Warning, yeah, I don't want to delete it. It's duplicate of my pattern. I have 2 of them, but still we don't want to delete anything. It's about goals. You can name it. Test it. Target amount, I would like to stitch 5,000 stitches. Okay. It means that we can start again if when I finish, and I don't know this one. Anyway, it will show you that it's you are stitching, and it will calculate. So let's make it faster. Let's believe I can stitch in a second. Oops, not like this one. Oh, and it says I have achieved this goal, and I'm super fast stitcher. Oh, maybe we can move it down. Anyway, sometimes it works if you really need to stitch some kind of specific number of stitches. Next one is about calculation for your fabric and threads. Very useful as well when you start a new project. This shows how many stitches you have, and this will show how many centimeters you will have, depends on your fabric. So let's say I would like to stitch on Ada 18th count. It will say that I need for this particular project 70 by 130 centimeters of working area. So don't forget to add at least 5 centimeters on each side. If I stitch on even wave, it will show you how many which options you would like to stitch. For example, it's about 1 stitch per 3 dots, probably for very big for very small designs it works, for 2 and for 1. So you see that for if you go through only one strand, it will be 50 by 93. If you go by through 2 of them, it will be doubled. For Ada, it doesn't show this option, just because usually with Ada we stitch over this only one square. In such case, it's like just there's no option. I stitch on 24th Congress Stramin, so it will be the same option. There's no varieties that can be selected. Okay, next one. It's about floss. I have no idea what it means, but probably it means something. Okay. I can select numbers which I would like to buy. Probably I have some on hands. Oh, I can change the color. I don't know why I need it, but I can do that. Nice. select all. This one you can change how many extra you will need. So usually it calculates by cross stitch, but yeah, for example, for Ada, I would add about 50% or 70% when I need to buy, just because I don't, I have kind of extra thread on the back side from one stitch to another. So for Ada I usually add 70%. For half stitch it's sometimes it's even less than 0, but usually I add 20% just to make sure that I have all flows bought and I don't need to run to a store in the middle of the project. So it will calculate how many skein of flows, meter, one strand. Usually I use this one, so I understand how many meters of 6 strands I need. Yard. Yeah, sometimes it can be useful if you start a completely new project and you don't have anything on hands. For me this one is very useful because sometimes I have some leftovers from other projects, so I don't need to buy the full flows, and probably I have this one, for example, already on hand. But for this one I might need to buy 2 flosses, 2 skeins of floss. And subtract the consumption by pattern marks. So here we already stitched a lot, and if I need to go to the store and buy extra one, I might select. So this one will show you how many meters you will need for full project, and if I press subtract the consumption, in such case it will show how many you need to how many meters you need, how many meters left you will need to finish the project. Okay, and you can send it to yourself as an email with all the information. So in such case you can see it on email in your pocket on your device, and come to a store and go through the list. Delete draft, I don't need it. Next one. This one is about it's about colors for the canvas. So let's assume I stitch this one. Somewhere I have very white colors like this one, and if you can see, it's a little bit difficult to see. In such case, if it's difficult to see, I press it and select. Here you can select like this one, or choose it from the list, and in such case white colors will be visible very good. But if I move with this wall color to something dark one, let's say I stitch already here this one, it's difficult to see. I can change canvas color and it will be easier to see. Not texture, I don't know, it's probably about visibility, but I have no idea. Yeah, I believe it's for this one. So if I show Ada, it will show Ada. If I show Lugana, it will show me Lugana. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Let's come back to something that I stitched already. And we will see how it looks like. 1 second. This one. Here we can see that it's stitched over 3, over 2, oh, over 1, over 2. Anyway, I stitch on Ada. No, I don't stitch on it, but I prefer to see. It doesn't matter actually. Oh, we will come back to the pattern. Next one, it counts how many stitches you have in a row. For example, here you have 5. It will show 5, 4, 10 doesn't. So it will count for you. If you have long press, it will show. You can select where it will show on the left, on the right, on the top, on the bottom. Oh, it can show you twice. Columns and horizontal lines. And I believe you can change color, whatever you like. Double second click and it will be removed. Next one is about, oh, it's about borders for each cell. So it can be very big one, so it's easier to see. Actually, I usually use this one, just for example for a white one. It's good enough for me to see it with good borders. So if I remove it, it's difficult to see where I need on the pattern all my stitches. But if I make it bigger, in such case I don't need to have fabric color to see all actually stitches. This one will make it even bigger. So oh, see, it's like for everything it will be black one, but it's black one because we selected black one. It should be change it to whatever we like and intensity around. Yeah, let's move it back to the black. Yeah, this one. Yeah, something like this. There's no long press. Second one is parking mark. So here we can turn on and turn off to make it to put a parking mark. You just like select any. Let me show you how it works in this option. So we have a bit smaller area, and I stitch it everything here, and I would like to park here. I just have a long press and it's parked. I have a long press and it's unparked. If I have parking mark, lots of them, I can remove them just by they will not be visible, but they will come back if you press it again. What's interesting about this one, if I would like to see the pattern, it will show parking mark, the full picture. It will show parking mark as well. What else? And if you have long press, there is colors, visibility. Where is visibility? Yeah, it's like very light one or dark one. Dark one is better. And there's an option after delete a mark. If I have after delete a mark and I have here, I delete it in my area, if I stitch it already, it will be removed. If I have it's not deleted, not to delete, I have parking mark, it will stay here. It depends. So in such case you can remove them by hand. We for this option, what I think how it can be useful if you use parking marks for mistakes. For example, here I know that I have a mistake already. I stitched it already. Or probably here I mark that it's a mistake. When I come to this point, it will still stay here, and I can correct it probably. if I don't need it. So usually I have parking marks for parked threads, parked needles. Next one. I have no idea what it means. Oh yeah. Oh no. Yes. It shows symbols. Yes. No. Yeah. Show symbols. Yeah. Probably you can change the color for a symbol. Yeah, green one. Oh, probably not. Something that changes, but I don't know what it changed. Black one. Okay, this one is about grid. I can add grid, I can remove grid. For some reason I don't have grid for every dot, but yeah, I found it's not needed. It's like visible, good enough, but you can add it if you feel so. I used 10 by 10 grid and 5 by 5. Let's start with 10 by 10. In such case I have it always blue here, and I have blue pen for my canvas, so I can easily find them, and red one for 5 by 5, and red pen from on my canvas. And you can change color, whatever pen, whichever pen you have. What about this one, 5 by 5? You can second press. You can make second press. In such case, it will show you just crosses. I know that some stitchers use this to have less pen on the canvas, and remove it. I don't know if I can make it smaller, probably not. Okay, we can come back. And about this one, it's an additional grid for those who stitch in this how to say, diagonal lines, not to have straight borders between areas. It's really useful actually to see it. And this one, oh, you can. So if you press it several times, it will move. Oh yeah, one up, one down, and reverse. Several presses, and of course you can change color if you would like to. And this one will be like zigzag. So yeah, the same, no borders between areas, visible lines. Next one. Oh, we have just 2 left. That's nice. Rulers. Usually it's about this one. It shows ruler actually, yeah, it says for itself. If you press it, it will be removed. Press again, it will be added on the bottom, on the top, on the right. It depends where you need it. About this one. I have no idea. If I remember right, it's about, oh yeah, actually I understood. It's about where it starts. So in this case, if it's in the middle, it will go from the middle. So if you're afraid to have a mistake when you stitch big project in sizing or something like that, or you just prefer to start from a middle, in such case you can have a middle point as a starting one, and where it is in my case, here in the middle I have 0 0 and will go from it. If I make a second press, it will start 0 0 from the corner top left corner, right? And what about this one? You can move it a little bit if you need it. Actually, it's not a little bit, it's whatever you need to move. For example, you made a grid and decided to move it on canvas. Here you can move it as well, probably to match two patterns or something like that if you need it. This one, it's for X and it's for Y, up and down. And this one about middle point. So if we remove this one, just show you. So this one about finding a middle of the work. You can change color, you can move it middle. Probably, for example, it's like kind of I don't know, if you would like to stitch not from the middle of the picture, but not from the middle of the canvas, something like that. So you can move it as well, up and down. Okay, so let's move it back. Not here, this one. And I will remove a middle point, center of the pattern. And this one will show where you are. Actually very useful probably. So in such case, if I stitch here, it will show me that I'm very close to second dragon. Yeah, let me show you. So yeah, probably you can move it, or probably not, I don't know. Usually I don't use it at all. Oh yeah, long press and it can be moved. Nice. Let's change this color to gray. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, so let me show you where I have a second dragon. Yeah, this one. I'm very close to it. So see, it's face of the dragon, and very close to this little city on the top of the mountain. And this dragon, actually I have stitched it already on canvas. Yeah, hopefully it was useful for you. It looks like I showed everything what I know about this application. So, oh, this one, no, I don't know much about this one. Thank you for watching, and see you in next videos. Bye guys, happy stitching!